The second question was about leadership.
Right.
And the title of the chapter number 11 is that leadership is more than a title. And the question I asked was, who has been a leader for you in your life, and what traits did they display that told you they were a leader? Right off the bat, I thought of Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and so many other books. And Stephen Covey, to me, the 2 traits that I picked out for him, one was that he was a tremendous communicator. He did a lot of videos like this, he did a lot of speeches, and did a lot of teaching and facilitating, just a great communicator. The second one was that he influenced so many people in a positive way, and I think that's what leaders do. And if you had to pick a great definition of a leader, it would be someone that influences other people in a positive way. So those are my 2 traits, and that's for the leader that I picked, Stephen Covey.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've people have defined leadership as influence, and one question your book really answered for me when I read it was, I said, well, what about people with bad influences? And we still call them leader, but I really like the differentiator that you put, like influencing people, positively, and that is really leadership, and I really like that differentiation.
Thank you.
So that's a great thing.
The second area to talk about would be leadership, and
one of my favorite.
I know it is one of your favorites, and the title is that leadership is more than a title, and I would say that it's a choice, and I think it really is a choice. And I was going to share with everyone that you recently did a talk on leadership, and I thought that'd be a really great place to start if you could just, without putting you on the spot too much, but maybe just talk just a little bit, share with us a little bit what were some of the highlights of your talk about leadership.
So I did a talk recently. I'm passionate about leadership. A lot of people know that because leaders affect so many lives. So while I was thinking what I'm going to talk about, at this event, I thought, should I talk about self-awareness? People want a leader to be self-aware. I said, no. I okay. Should I talk about passion? Leaders have to have passion. It's really good. It's nice, but I still say no. So I went through all this quality of leadership. They want me to talk about the traits of exceptional leaders. But I had a quiet time, and one topic just kept coming to my mind, and that is integrity. And I decided I was going to talk about integrity, which is very, very scary to talk about. But the highlight for me, and which the audience really, really appreciate, is the video I showed in the end. And I don't know if you ever arrange a domino. You have these blocks, like hundreds of them, sometimes 200 of them, sometimes 300 of them. Take the pain to arrange these blocks. And then guess what happened, Peter? To arrange those blocks will take a lot of time, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour to put each block. But to tear everything down, all you have to do is push one block and it ripples through all the other blocks and destroy everything you have built.
Okay.
And I told the audience, I said, you can build a professional life. You can build a career, just like any tower. But if you don't take care of your character as a leader, your integrity, one day, because you didn't build up integrity, you're just going to push that one button or push that one block, and it destroys everything you have built. And that's why I love when John Maxwell said trust is the foundation of leadership. Once people can't trust you, then definitely you get back to rust.
Yeah.
But thank God for your book. We want us to go from rust to trust, not from trust to rust.
Yeah. Thank you. And
You're
you know
welcome.
what I like about what you said with integrity is that if a leader has integrity, what we just said before was that a leader's job is to influence other people in a positive way.
Right.
People see that integrity, and they will see that modeling of that integrity, and they will follow that same example. I
That's
think
true.
that's a really great trait to highlight.
That's true.
Let me talk about a couple things that I think are also important in leadership. And I would say that first of all that leaders are in short supply. The good ones that we have, the great ones that we have, know that a leader has two responsibilities. One responsibility is excellence or getting results, and I put them both in the same category. And I think a lot of leaders know that, and they look at that as their very first responsibility. But what so many leaders don't remember is that the second part of it is to take care of people, to develop the future generation of leaders. And that's at least half of a leader's job, is taking care of other people. One of the key takeaways in this book is to be upside down. And by upside down, we mean that a leader actually serves other people as opposed to being served himself. And part of that serving is to really take care of other people and help to develop his employees. What I like is the term that a leader is a multiplier, not a diminisher. And if you think about some really good leaders, they really utilize 110% of their employees, of the people that they come into contact with. They find out what their passion is, they find out what their talents and skills are, and a good leader makes sure that he puts that person on the right seat, on the right bus, to be able to get all of their ability. He turns them into owners, he turns them into great leaders themselves, and I think that's a really good trait for a leader. The other thing that I see about great leaders is this thing called humility. And humility to me is demonstrated when a leader gives credit to other people. When something gets done and gets done right, a leader gives credit to the people that did it.
Right.
When things don't get done and don't get right, a good leader takes the blame and the responsibility for that. Right. And you see bad leaders, like you mentioned, bad leaders. Bad leaders do just the opposite. They will blame people when things don't go right, and they'll take the credit when things do go right. So I really like that idea of a humble leader. I think it's a really great trait.
No, that's wonderful. I really love what you said, and that analogy that you gave. I always call it the window and the mirror principle. Like when it's not going good, you look in the mirror as a leader, right? And you say, "This is me." When it's going good, and say everybody say, "Wow!" You open the window, you say, "These are the great people who did it." Yeah. So that's a very good one. I wish you guys can learn that. Believe me, it's going to change your life as a leader.
It takes a lot of integrity to do that.
It does. Yeah. It does.
Thank you. Sajid, the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to ask you if you would just to open your book to page 110. So all the way in the back of the book.
Page 110.
This is called Peter's Key Points. And I wanted to just pick out a couple of the key points. So item number 10, since we talked about leaders, item number 10, you want to read that?
Number 10. So we're reading page 110 of this book, Rust to Trust. Item number 10, be a people person first. Leaders love people. See the best in others and help others.
Great.
That's a great one.
And another leader one would be number 20.
Number 20, every employee deserves to be led by a good leader. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And then on page 112, item number 37.
Number 37, take charge of your life. Be a leader and run your life like a successful business. That is really important. Yeah. That's very great because people don't know how many things they do. They don't take inventory. And that's why you see some people very, very good physically, or career is good, family is good, their spiritual life is not good. In the other extreme, they're doing well, their spiritual life is good, they're good physically, but they're not developing their mind. So I think when you look at your life as a business, where is the marketing? What is the thing? What is helping me in all these areas? So I really like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because life is work.
Yes.